Okay, let's see. I got my dragons already done. Or not really done, but I'm doing another test, and this test will have charged armor. Let me double check them and make sure that they're charged armor. I believe so, but it's best double check. I'm also doing this test without the Mortarhead's crew. Don't feel like rolling right now. Took me a while for the last one, but to see how it does with without Mortarheads. So they all have charged armor. The only difference, which I kind of made a mistake on, is I put V rockets on two of them, or three of them actually have V rockets. I thought that with the V rockets they'd actually be the same speed as my zelos. Turns out that they are faster than my zelos exponentially. So I want to take those off. Tested the speed with my zelos without the V rocket one, and it seems like they work fine. So um, I'm not going to do V rockets. So it's going to be a little bit off because the dragons will be off. But it shouldn't matter whenever I do the 117. I always like going to the bottom of this, so let's post this. And see how it goes. 1M charged armor. I did a couple tests before, with two dragons that have charged armor. That one doesn't, and really, I do see a difference in damage wise. You get a lot less damage in the without the charged armor. So I found out also that it seems like it kills the turrets faster whenever you charge the turrets. So of course it's Dragon's Breath ability and that stuff. So okay, and then snipe these guys. Now, if you want, you can put a Gale or an anti-mortar on the dragon. I mean, that might help a little bit with the mortars. But so far that's really good. That right there. Let's do a damage report right quick. All right, so that's damage from doing one of those. What's the repair time of doing just one of those? And it should be the same. So let me go check the repair. Okay. So that's really, yeah, I don't care. That's 11 minutes. That's instant repair. I can instant repair that. That's really cool. Okay. Let me finish off the. It gets worse though as we go around. I've noticed that. Not too bad with charged armor. So okay. So what I will do is I'll charge this one and get really close to it. Because it seems like it kills them faster, I would say. But, I mean, of course it kills them faster because they're taking the damage from the Dragon Breath, obviously. So then I'll go and do this guy real quick. See, it does. Okay, it's looking good. Now my previous test, I was taking two The first test with the charged armor, I got hit with my zelos, and that was 3 hours and 20 minutes, I believe. This one, or with the charged armor on 2 of them, it was 2 hours and something minutes. I don't recall, like 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then this one, I'm not sure how, how it'll be. But you can snipe those guys out. Oop. Got a little bit hit right there, that's okay. We recovered a little bit. We recovered. That was misclicking on my part. See, and that's even I, mess up sometimes on these things. Okay. Sometimes it looks like the mortars do hit. I'm not entirely too sure if they do or don't. But okay, yeah, I ran out of charged armor just now on that last part. Looks like because of my little blunder, I got a little bit more repair time. But I'm also not running a crew, and running a crew could help a lot. Oh, I got hit by that one with that crew. Those mortars got me that one time. Ah, see, yep, it's getting me. That crew. So, yep, got my zelos right there. Okay, so that's done. That was a pretty interesting hit. But the mortars are hitting my zelos without a crew on. Not sure if it'll help even with the crew on, so that's one problem there. And that's whenever you're really close to the mortars. It's the projectile speed that's the shitty part about it. And then my projectile speed, let's see where it is. Yeah, it's 125% projectile speed, so okay, this one doesn't have the 25% more, and it has gales, but still. It's interesting. What's the projectile speed on this one? That doesn't say. It says 30%. So they have an added projectile speed. Don't know. Oh, it's probably from the. Okay. So, but yeah, that's the 117 test with charged armor. The M armors do look like they work a lot. I mean, with that first turret cluster, I only had 11 minutes to prepare. So theoretically, I could enter, kill a group, go home, repair, and then come back and that stuff. So this one, see, 4 hours and 5 minutes, and that's because my zelos. But let's look at the. Okay, so it's 2 hours and 36 minutes just for the dragons. So that will be interesting. I want to test. Also, what I've been thinking about is, since it is predominantly the main thing that you have to worry about is missiles. If you can shoot down on the mortars, changing the alloy armors to reactive. It's reactive armor, which would be. Don't care about that one. Let's see, because this one adds 81% missile defense, and I was just thinking about that. I'll do a test with one of them having reactive armor 3, and then keeping the others with MX3, seeing how they differ between each other. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with that build, but I'm doing 6 rockets and then leaving the 2 front ones just in case. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, see, this one adds projectile speed. You can't have high velocity rounds with it, so even if let's just say you do put anti-mortars on this, you see what happens with the mortars whenever my zelos. My zelos have 125% projectile speed, and if you put Gale on here, who has a 40, or Anti-Mort D. Let me look at what the Anti-Mort D has. The projectile speed is still 40. 125%, of that is still getting hit. So even if you did put anti-mortars on your Inferno Dragons, you're not going to shoot down the projectiles. It's not fast enough. So that's why I am staying away from putting countermeasures on my Inferno Dragons, is because realistically, if you put Gales and stuff like that on it, it ain't gonna cut it. It won't do squat against the mortars because of the projectile speed. So that's why I think, and depending on what the flagship won't come out anytime soon, and that's what we know of. So we have to find a way to work with what we got, and I believe the Zelos is one of the best hulls to use because it does have, it's basically a countermeasure hull, and especially how mine's built with 125 projectile speed, and it counters almost all of them. You're not going to get that with Inferno Dragon. So even if you have, each of them have 4 Gales on it, you won't shoot them down. There's no way. But that's my spill on this. My test on the charged armor, charged M armor. I haven't put X armor on. Future tests, I'll put on X armor. I'll put on the reactive armor 3 to test, see which one's if that's better, and then I'll start putting on my splash specials later on. Explosive System 4 is one I want to do. I've seen people test that and it looks good, so I'm going to stick with that. And that last special, I'm not sure. I'll test out Ion Thruster 4 or maybe a different, narrowed firing aperture for minus spread and more splash. Don't know yet. So that's to come. Right now, that's what I have right now. So that looks good. So until next time, Pirates. Hope that helps you.